no Triad teen has been in before. Tracy McCain is in High Point where he is training. I cannot wait to see this, Tracy.
Oh, man, I think everybody is just waiting for this moment. I got to brag about him a little bit, though, because not only is he very talented at this sport, but he's also very humble. I want you to meet Alan Brown. He's a little nervous this morning, so I'm just going to ask you, what does it feel like to be competing at such a young age at a world level like this?
It's fun. It's exciting. Kind of nervous because it's the Worlds, but it'll be fun. It's been training for this for a long time, so I should do okay.
I think you're going to do great, and your coach is right next to you. We're going to let you go ahead and do some moves so that we can see what you're all about, and we're going to bring in Coach Snyder here because he doesn't like to brag about himself. So I'm going to let you do it for him. Tell me about this awesome kid.
Well, I mean, for a youth at 17 years old, be training at such a high level and make a commitment to his training, it says a lot about him. But besides that, it's his personality. As you can tell, I mean, he's a nice, humble kid, and he's the nice, easygoing guy. But when you put him on the mat and it gets to his training, he's 100% focused all the time, and he really works real hard to get to this level.
And he's strong.
Yeah, he's strong, he's flexible, he's wiry, but most important is the attitude. I mean, you can have talent, but you got to have the attitude and the encouragement from guys like that to go to this level.
What makes him such an awesome competitor, and why he might actually pull this off and do really good this coming month?
Yeah, we just looked on the website. Right now, as of today, there's over 50 competitors inside his division. We're anticipating close to between 90 and 100. So it's not just winning one match, it's winning multiple matches after another. And it does. It takes a lot of not just coming in and training once a day. Alan's putting in 3-a-day trainings and then got to monitor his diet. So there's a lot of discipline, not only inside the class, but outside the class as well, that he's got to apply.
All right, thank you so much for bragging about him a little bit. He has been training, like Coach said, for 3 years. He just started at age 15. So if he can start and become like a world competitor, guys, I'm thinking, hey, maybe I can do it too. I'm dressed for the occasion, but I'm not doing that, so.
Hey, I think you would be just fine at it. I think he'd go easy on you, so give it a shot, right?
No, he doesn't go easy on anybody.
No? Okay. Not even Tracy? All right, well, we'll check in a little bit. That is your News 2 in 2 minutes.
From High Point to LA, a Triad teenager is on his way to a championship that no local kid has been in before.
This is very cool. Tracy McCain's out with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu standout, and he is only 17, Tracy.
Yeah, he's 17. When I was 17, I was thinking, okay, college, no curfew, the world was my oyster. But this guy is really taking it by his hands, literally. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu sports enthusiast, and he just started 3 years ago. We're going to talk to his coach right now while he's practicing over there, and there's a lot of practice that goes into this.
It's like any athletic sport. When you're trying to go to the top levels, it takes a lot of commitment and dedication to your training.
So, Steve, tell me what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is.
It's a sport that obviously came from Brazil. It's introduced mainly to the United States by the Gracies, and that's where people associate most of it with. They introduced it mainly through the UFC. The inception of the UFC was the way of the Gracies introducing their sport and the dominance of it in the martial arts. And well, what it is easily understood is grappling with submission. So you take wrestling and you add a shoulder lock, a choke, an arm lock, where it could, in a self-defense situation, apply to a break or choking them unconscious. But in the sporting aspect, we don't want to go to that level. Right. So it's like taking them to the edge, but don't push them over completely.
All right, I want you to walk me through a move that I kind of practiced just a second ago. I'm going to go over to Wade here, who's so nicely volunteered to be my victim of this.
Okay, well, we call it the rear naked choke, or in Portuguese, they say the mate leon, the lion killer. So from here, what we're going to do is just have you take one arm and reach it all the way around his neck. And what we're going to do is use our forearm and our bicep as a vice to his carotid artery to stop the blood flow to his head. Okay. And we'll secure the arm, and then from here, put the hand behind the head to help push it into the choke and stop him from headbutting you.
Are you okay?
Yeah, he's okay. He's not out yet. And so then we'll squeeze the elbows really tight, and then he'll tap out before he finishes it.
Good. Fantastic. I tried to be gentle. So, I mean, these are pretty deadly, right?
Yes,
these
they are.
Fun.
So, yeah, so got to have the guns to finish it, right?
All right. Well, cool. Well, see, look, I've learned something with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So, hey, Eric, can you Jiu-Jitsu?
No, I can't do that. You know what? If my arms are so soft, Tracy, they just fall asleep just because they're comfortable, not because I'm. Yeah, that would be pathetic.
Tracy, I was saying I should do that move on him.
Jackie said she should do the move on me and just put me to sleep right here.
Oh, man, I wish I had known this when I was growing up with my brother. I mean, this would have come in such good, use. I could have laid him out and he would have never messed with me.
You're exactly right. Very good.
He still does.
All right, Tracy's putting information about about Alan, and how you can keep track of his success at the championship. That'll be online. You just look for the Good Morning Show section of Dig.
Oh, well, we're going to make it because we have to. It's my job. Okay, I'm the transition queen. So from moms to teenagers who can get down on the floor and the mats with the best of them. So I'm introducing Steve Snyder. You're the coach of this phenomenon. His name is Alan Brown. Tell me about him.
Just a great kid, trains real hard. 17 years old, he makes a large commitment to his training, and through the time of doing that, he's been able to step up to the higher levels of competition.
And he's flexible. Look at this.
Yeah, flexibility in all athletic sports is great, and in this sport, when he's on the bottom, to be able to defend and counter his opponent, not just flexibility in the hips and the legs, but to have it in your back, your neck, your other joints as well to get to positions.
And so, is he winning here?
Actually, he is. Where he's because he's using his legs to manipulate and control his opponent, and then he uses those legs to get into the positions of submission.
Awesome. All right. So just to give you some background, Eric, Alan is going to compete in LA next month. Yeah, he's going to compete against adults in his division for the Brazilian World Championships for Jiu-Jitsu. So it's going to be an awesome experience for him. He thinks he can do something really amazing here, maybe take home some prizes. So we'll just have to watch out for this outstanding kid.
That's very cool. You don't want to meet him in the alley. He'd take you out. Take you out.
Oh, yeah, no. Don't even try it.
That's right. Hey, Tracy's putting information about Alan.
If he wanted to, he could definitely knock you out and do some damage. Tracy McCain is with him this morning. Tracy, we are loving this story today. What moves do you have planned for us now?
Oh, man. Well, we're just going to relax a little bit. We're just going to talk with him, get to know him a little bit more, because he has a very interesting story. Do you know, not only is he a leader in the classroom, but outside. So we're talking with Alan Brown here. Tell me how you've kind of taken what you've learned here in the studio and applied it to real life.
This kid was bullied. We were out playing cornhole, which was fun, but he was throwing the ball, the bang bag at people pegging him. And then I told him not to play that hard with him, and maybe we could throw it back at each other, peg each other, but he started pegging me too hard, and then my ankle was messed up, and so he started to run at me. And then he tried to leg sweep me, and so I took him down with it because he didn't do it right, and then laid on him until he stopped flopping around, and then after that he was okay.
Yeah. Made you feel pretty good that you stood up to a bully.
Yeah. It was fun.
So tell me about your motto in life. This is really interesting, guys. You're going to like this.
Well, I don't really like to brag because usually when I brag, I end up screwing up real bad right after that. So I can't brag at all for this month before I go to the Worlds. It's bad luck.
Okay, so he's not bragging about himself, although I will say he is really good. That's why we have his coach here, to do all the bragging, because we don't want him to mess up at the World Championship. There's too much at stake here, right?
Yes, there is. It's a lot. I mean, financially, there's a big investment, along with time and training to go in behind it, too, as well. So you just want to be focused onto the event itself.
And so tell me about your studio here, because you guys have a whole rack of awards.
Yeah, we've been real blessed over the years in that we've produced world champions in kickboxing, and then also in our TaeKwonDo, and then we've also produced a world champion grappler as well. So with top federations and the world champions, we've been blessed with that, and we want to add Alan to the sport of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as a world champion too.
All right, awesome. Okay, everybody, take a good look at this face. This is Alan Brown, 17 years old, from High Point, trained for 3 years. He's taking on world competitors at the IBJFF championships coming up next month. So get to know him, get to love him. You might be seeing his face a lot around lately.
Yeah, and good luck to him. We will all be pulling for him. That's so exciting.
And if I can sneak this in for our director, Brad Lowry, I have a message for you from Steve Snyder. Yes, they are college buds, and Steve says there's room in the class for you and to come on down.
Oh, man, he does not want Brad in that class.
Work off some of that middle, he says.
I would love to see that.
Wolfpack.
I would too.
See you later, Tracy. And Tracy's putting in for